Celtic fan, grab a cuppa and settle in, because there's a lot to talk about today. From a brand new hero making waves on his debut, to Martin O'Neill bringing back that spark we've been desperate for. And trust me, the last story could change everything about where this club's heading next. You need to hear it. So stick around till the end. We have 6 news a day to keep you updated with the mighty Celtic. Hit that subscribe button and be part of it. Let me tell you this, mate. There's just something magic about seeing a young lad in the green and white hoops making his mark under the lights at Paradise. And Callum Osmand, what a breath of fresh Glasgow air that boy was. Now, he only got about 15 minutes against Falkirk, but in that wee spell, he looked like he'd been waiting his whole life for that moment, and honestly, it showed. The moment he stepped onto the pitch, you could feel it. The energy shifted. Falkirk's defence were already hanging on for dear life after Johnny Kenny's double, and then suddenly they see this kid bombing at them with legs fresher than the morning air over the Clyde. As Cillian Sheridan said on commentary, he's a live wire, and that's bang on. The lad made 2 runs in behind before he'd even broken a sweat. You could tell he was hungry, the kind of hunger you love to see in a Celtic shirt. None of that hiding or playing safe nonsense, just pure intent, pure energy. And you've got to feel for Falkirk's back 4. They were knackered, out on their feet, and then see Osmand come on. That's the stuff of nightmares. They were probably thinking, right, Maeda's off, maybe we can catch a breath. But then this wee rocket turns up, flying down the channels like a man on a mission. Honestly, you'd have thought he'd been shot out of a cannon. That's what you love to see, isn't it? A young boy taking his chance, showing he belongs at this level. Now, here's the thing that gets me. Why on earth wasn't Brendan Rodgers using this lad earlier? We've been crying out for movement, energy, and a bit of bite up front, and this boy's been sitting there just waiting for a shot. Maybe it was one of those so-called club signings, you know, the kind the manager doesn't always fancy straight away. But whatever the reason, he's here now, and he's shown he can make a difference. Stat-wise, fair play to him. 14 minutes, 1 shot on target, 2 accurate passes, 6 touches, a recovery, even an aerial duel won. Not bad at all for a debut. More importantly, though, he looked like a Celtic player. Sharp, fearless, and with that bit of swagger, you need to play in front of 60,000 roaring Glaswegians, and let's be honest, with the League Cup semi-final against the lot across the city just around the corner, maybe, just maybe, it's time for a young boy like Osmand to show the world what he's made of. Because if there's one thing that gets under the blue half's skin, it's seeing another Celtic talent rise up from nowhere to haunt them again. Now, here's what I want to know. If you're Martin O'Neill, do you start giving the lad more minutes, maybe even a wee run out against Rangers? Or do you protect him a bit longer and ease him in? Because I tell you this, if he plays like that again, the Ibrox lot won't know what's hit them. What would you do with the boy? Hit that subscribe button. Lads, let's giant loldy till we hit 1,500 mad Celtic dafts. Now this one really warms the heart, doesn't it? Seeing Martin O'Neill back on that Celtic touchline. It's like watching your Da stroll back into Paradise after 20 years away. Same fire in his eyes, same passion for the badge. And what a way to return, eh? A 4-0 hammering of Falkirk. The kind of result that not only settles the nerves, but reminds everyone what this club's all about. Dominance, pride, and that unmistakable swagger under the lights at Parkhead. You could almost feel the shift in the air after the chaos of the last couple of days. Rodgers walking out, the board scrambling, everyone pointing fingers. There he was, Martin O'Neill, calm as you like, sleeves rolled up, looking like he'd never left. And what did he do? He gave us proper Celtic football again. Sharp movement, crisp passing, pressing high, the kind of stuff that makes you fall in love with the game all over again. Johnny Kenny grabbing a double, Nygren and Tunekti finishing it off. It was a statement, not just a win, but a message. And listening to Martin after the match on BBC Scotland, you could tell he still bleeds green. He said he was nervous before kickoff, which made me laugh. A man who's taken Celtic to European finals, still feeling the butterflies before Falkirk. That's not insecurity, that's love. He lives every moment of it, and that's why folk adore him. You can tell the players felt that energy too. He joked about hoping the young lads even knew who he was. Imagine that. You've got this legend walking into the dressing room and the kids are like, who's the old fella with the glasses? But by full time, I bet they knew exactly who Martin O'Neill was. And fair play to him, he gave credit where it was due. Said Falkirk were decent early on, and if not for that Schmeichel save at 1-0, things might have got tricky. But once we settled, it was total control. You could almost see the confidence flooding back into the players. The touches were cleaner, the movement sharper, the belief returning. Martin called it a restoration of confidence, and he's spot on. That's exactly what it was, a reminder of who we are, what we stand for, and why Parkhead's still the most electric place in football when the boys get it right. And I tell you what, hearing O'Neill talk about enjoying the last 10 or 15 minutes nearly made me tear up. You could sense the emotion, the nostalgia, like it all came rushing back to him. It wasn't just about tactics or score lines, it was about feeling at home again. Paradise welcoming back one of its own. Now, here's the thing I can't stop thinking about. Should the board actually consider giving O'Neill the job full-time if this form continues? I mean, the man clearly still has the touch, the respect, and the aura. Or should we be looking forward, giving someone new a crack at it? Tell me honestly, would you keep Martin in charge till the end of the season, or is this just a lovely wee farewell tour for one of the greats? Hit that subscribe button, lads. Let's giant loudy till we hit 1500. Mad Celtic daffs. Let's talk about this one, because honestly, this is the sort of rumor that gets the Celtic fan in me absolutely buzzing. We're not talking about scraping the barrel here. No, this is about ambition, about thinking big, about getting a manager who belongs on Champions League nights, not just rainy afternoons in Dingwall. And the name that's lighting up the chatter right now, Nicky Hayen. Now, I'll be honest with you, when I first heard it, I went, who? But the more I dug in, the more I thought, hold on a second, this lad's serious business. The guy's worked his way up properly, grafted at Haverfordwest of all places, won 6 out of 11 games, then stepped up to Club Brugge, and that's where it all exploded. 9 wins from 14 in his interim spell, took them to the Conference League semis, and nicked the Belgian title on the last day. Talk about knowing how to handle pressure. Since then, he's gone full steam ahead. 57 wins out of 93 games, averaging over 2 points per match. That's the kind of consistency we've been screaming out for at Parkhead. And he's not just winning, he's doing it playing beautiful football, possession-based, confident, attacking, the type that gets folk off their seats and makes Paradise come alive again, you know, the way it should be. And the man's got European pedigree too. He's not some flat-track bully who only shines domestically. He's been in the Champions League trenches, beat Atalanta, held us to a draw at Parkhead. And here's the bit that'll make every Celtic fan smile. Absolutely destroyed the Rangers. 9-1 on aggregate, 9. You can almost hear the wailing all the way down Sucky Hall Street. If that doesn't earn the man some respect from the green and white army, I don't know what will. But here's the tricky bit. He's flying at Brugge, sitting pretty in the league and clearly adored by his board. Pulling him out mid-season would take more than a polite phone call from the Celtic directors. It would take belief, ambition, and a bit of money too. But if there's ever been a time to show intent, it's now. We've spent years talking about wanting to compete in Europe again, to get back to those proper Champions League nights where Paradise shakes to its core. Well, here's a fella who's proven he can do just that. Look, this isn't just about filling a vacancy, it's about setting a standard. We've had enough of managers who might do well. We need someone who will someone who walks into Lennox Town and says, "We're going to Europe, and we're not just here to make up the numbers." Hayen could be that guy. But let me throw this out there, and I want you to really think about it. Should Celtic go all in for a Champions League level manager like Hayen, even if it means paying big and waiting till the end of the season? Or would you rather take a safer, cheaper option now and risk another season of what could have been? Because, mate, I'll be honest, I'm tired of watching other clubs make bold moves while we play it safe. Maybe it's time Celtic acted like the giant it truly is. Hit that subscribe button, lads. Let's giant loldy till we hit 1,500 mad Celtic dafts.